Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back today for another video, another predictions video, which I really love making these. I've been making them for years now, and I've usually been able to be pretty accurate with my guesses, which makes me feel pretty good. I'm usually in the ballpark with at least a couple things. I've never ever guessed everything perfectly. That's impossible to do, man. Kabam, because they could just change it anytime. So these predictions are going to be based off of the Cyber Weekend deals that we saw with this format here. So we're going to be following that format. We got the usual format here with all the unit deals, but they totally changed it last year. Like when I did my predictions, you know, it had always been unit deals with like 3 tiers, and then if you buy all the tiers, there's like extras after, but they totally changed it. Now there's just a store. So we're going to be basing it off that. I took a look at there was 10 of these bundles that they had. So I followed that format for all of the 10 of those bundles with like updated now, if they release those bundles like now. Changed a few things. Also created some of my own bundles that I think we could see here on the bottom left there. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get into it. Let's start with the Peter Parker's wallet. So we have 2 to 5,000 6-star shards. Last year for Cyber Weekend, we didn't see a ton in the Parker's wallet, but I think 2 to 5k 6-star shards, either one tier 5 basic or one T2A. Sometimes they like to put one there and then the other in the Star-Lord's loot bag, or maybe they'll do both, who knows. And then if they continue the trend of the Nexus crystals, so for Cyber Weekend, it was just Cavalier Nexus Crystals. I feel like we're going to see either that again or something similar with, maybe it's like a certain kind of Nexus Cavalier Crystal, but it's not just like a generic one. It's like some kind of specialized, but who knows? Like I said, it could be literally anything, or it could just be the same. So I'm just going to say Cav Nexus for now, and then like 50 to 100k gold. Next, the Star-Lord's loot bag. I'm thinking anywhere from 3,000 to 7.5 thousand 6-star shards, and either 2 to 4 T2A, or 1 to 2 tier 5 basic, or maybe a little combination of each. Maybe like 25% T5CC selector, 2 to 5 of those Cav Nexus crystals, and then 100 to 200k gold. And you know, like it could be like substitutions of these. So you know, it could be like instead of the tier 5 basic and tier 2A, they just include the T5CC selector, or instead of having the T5CC selector, they have the T2A and T5B. You know, it could be interchangeable. These are just my guesses for like what they could be. It's probably gonna be something like that. And then Tony Stark's briefcase. So this one is weird because like a couple of big events ago, this offer had like the best value. It was insane. It was 30 generic 6-star signature stones for $30 US. That is an incredible deal, dude. That's valued at like $1 per sig stone, plus units, plus other stuff. But then they nerfed it. It was only 10 6-star generic signature stones on Cyber Weekend, and then there was 5-star generic 6 stones, which, what? Bro, that's disgusting. Don't give me 5-star 6 stones. I'm not trying to buy those. Get those for free. I'm overflowing on those. We don't need 5-star 6 stones. And I don't think we're going to see that again. Something I didn't mention at the start of the video, but it's in the title. These are Paragon deals that I'm talking about here. I'm not going to be talking about Thronebreaker. I'm not going to be talking about Cavalier, because I have no idea what those could be. I only have a really good idea of what like offers I'm going to be getting, of like the level I'm on. Well, not level I'm on, just like the furthest level, because honestly, I saw Karate Mike's video, and I think he's how do I say this? A little too hopeful for the Thronebreaker offers. I think everyone who's Thronebreaker watching this, I think you're gonna get screwed, man. I think Kabam is gonna screw you guys. Why do I think that? Because history repeats itself, and it's Kabam. For the longest time, Cavalier players got screwed when Thronebreaker players were not getting screwed, because that was the highest progression. Now that Paragon's the new thing, man, I can really see Kabam screwing Thronebreaker players. I don't want to see it happen, but I think it will. So I'm not even gonna bother trying to predict them, because honestly, yeah, I don't even want to. Dude, it's gonna be a total crap show, I'm sure, with Thronebreaker players getting screwed. Honestly, I could see it. So yeah, we're talking strictly Paragon stuff here. So I'm thinking anywhere from 10 to 30 6-star generic signature stones. There was 10 on Cyber Weekend, so, and 30 was what we had before. So I mean, yeah, if we get 30 again, I'd be really happy with that. I think that'd be amazing, somewhere in that range. And then anywhere from 5 to 10,000 6-star shards, maybe a 50% T5 CC selector. Last for Cyber Weekend, there was some tier 4 class catalyst crystals. I'm hoping instead of that we see some selectors instead, some tier 4 class catalyst selectors. That'd be really nice here. And then again, like 3 to 5 cav nexuses, nexi, and then like 3 to 400,000 gold. And then let's get to the Black Panthers treasure. This is one of the big guys, 1,400 units, 1,450, 50 US dollars. So I'm thinking we're gonna see a 6-star nexus. That's what we saw before, but it's gotten so bland and boring, these 6-star nexus crystals, because like they were so cool at first, and we've had them for a while, and they're cool, but like on these special days where you really where Kabam really wants to milk us and spend so much money, don't just give us those same nexus crystals that we can earn in content. You know, give us something new, give us something fresh, give us 6-star nexus dual class. You can pick either, you know, Science Mystic or Skill and Mutant or Tech and Cosmic. Let us pick between those, and then at least like if there's some certain champions you want, at least you can, you know, get it down to at least 2 pools of classes that you can pick from, or just something to make it a little bit more exciting than just a regular old 6-star nexus where there's 225 champions and you get 3 options. Like, you know, give us something more. And then I can see anywhere from 7.5 to 12.5k 6-star shards. I can see a full T5 CC selector here. And then on last Cyber Weekend, this deal was just loaded. It was jam-packed with catalysts. It had tier 4 basic, tier 2 alpha, tier 5 basic. It just had like all kinds of stuff in it. So I'm thinking we're gonna see catalysts in it again, maybe anywhere from 5 to 3 or more, or somewhere in that ballpark of T2A, tier 5 basic, and then, you know, 4 to 5 of the Cav Nexus crystals, 500k plus gold. So I'm thinking for the Black Panthers treasure, I really hope it's, you know, the Nexus is something a little bit different. And speaking of the Nexus, let's talk about the Odin. So the Odin, the big daddy Odin, $100 US dollars, 3,100 units. This is the big boy. There's a purchase limit of 3 of these. These usually have the best value. But again, with the whole Nexus thing, it's been so boring. We get a 6-star class Nexus, which is cool, but like we've been getting that for years now. Years. And the classes are only getting bigger. So your chance to get the champion you want has only decreased over the years. So like, spice it up a bit. At least give us a 5 champ selector. I've been asking for this and hoping for this for so long. I'm not even predicting it. I'm praying for it. That's what the little emoji is there for. I don't think we're gonna get it, but I can pray to Kabam Jesus for it. Kabam Jesus, please, man, come through. Spice it up. And then I think we're gonna see a generic 2 to 3 rank up gem. We saw this with the last Odin Cyber Weekend, and then we saw tier 3 alpha and tier 6 basic, but it was not a lot. But at the time, this was Cyber Weekend. This was before the gifting event. Now, what the gifting event did, I talked about this when the gifting event came out, but essentially what happened is, you know, this was the floodgates on these resources. And before Cyber Weekend, or during Cyber Weekend, it was like they were just letting a little bit of water out, you know, just a little bit. But since the gifting event, the doors have been opened wide open. So I'm fairly certain, or I'm pretty confident in this guess. I mean, Kabam could always, who knows, man, but I'm fairly confident that we're going to see a full catalyst of each, 1 full tier 3 alpha, 1 full tier 6 basic, and that way if you buy 3 of the Odins, boom, you can get a rank 4. So I think that's what it's going to be. I feel like a lot of people think that's what it's going to be as well. I feel like it's a pretty good guess all around. And then, yeah, you could see some more of those Nexus crystals, or it could be a little different. Cavalier Nexus crystals. And then for Cyber Weekend, it was 1,000,000 gold. So 1,000,000 gold would be great to see again, or more. The more gold, the better, man. I definitely need a lot of gold. So, yeah. Okay, so that's what for money offers. That's what I think we're going to be seeing. Something along the lines of this. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the unit store. So like if you buy all these offers, you get a crap ton of units, or maybe you've just been saving all your units for this event. I've saved up about 10,000 units, which was the goal I at least wanted to hit. So I'm happy with that. So let's see what we can get with those units now, what I'm thinking. So there was 10 of these bundles. They were called the first tier was the Advanced Summoner Bundle, then there was the Greater Summoner Bundle, and then there was the Superior Summoner Bundle. And the Superior one is down here. To get this one, you need to purchase a lot of the previous offers for it to be unlocked. That's why this one's only 3,000 units, even though it's the Superior Bundle. It's because you need to spend a lot first to unlock it. But we'll get to that in a sec. So starting off with the advanced bundles, so these ones are only 1,000 units. It was a mythic crystal, and it was 5k 6-star shards. So that was during Cyber Weekend. So for July weekend here, I could see it just being a 6-star basic instead of a mythic crystal for Paragon. Or they could stick with the mythic, maybe, I guess. And then as far as 6-star shards go, anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 shards I could easily see. And then the next bundle here, it was just 10 tier 4 basic and 10 tier 4 class catalyst selectors. So I'm hoping they keep that same offer, and just, if it's not the same, just make it better. That's why I put the pluses there. If it's give us any more amount, that's great. The tier 4 CC selectors are huge, man. That's one of the biggest resources I have a problem attaining at this point, because, I do one rank up from rank 1 to rank 3, and that takes 15 of a specific class of tier 4 class catalysts. And I'm just drained on that, and I don't have the stash I did 3 years ago on tier 4 CC crystals, so I'm screwed. So these selectors are actually huge. I really hope we see a lot of them. And then the final one for 1k units, it had these weird Ascendant Crystals. I really hope we don't see those again, but maybe I'm thinking maybe we'll see some new type of RNG catalyst crystal, maybe giving a chance to give out tier 6 basic fragments, or tier 3 alpha fragments, or God knows what. And then I could just see 10% T5cc selectors. Cyber Weekend, it was just one crystal that was 10%, so I could see it becoming a selector or multiple selectors. So those are just the 1k unit deals. Then we have the 2k unit deals. There was three of these last time, and so this one here was absolutely insane. It had 6 tier 5 basic catalysts and 18 tier 2 alpha catalysts. I really hope we see this deal again and not nerfed. If anything, again, just more catalysts. That's again why I put the pluses. This was one of my favorite offers, and I could really use it right now. And then the next 2k unit one, it had a featured 6-star crystal and some sig stones. What I'm thinking is we could maybe potentially see. Oh, hey Ace, what's up, buddy? What are you doing? You want to be in the video? Okay. Yeah, last year, or for Cyber Weekend, it was just a featured 6-star crystal. But the current 6-star featured crystal is kind of trash, and everyone is saving for the next featured 6-star crystal. And Kabam knows this. So I'm thinking maybe they'll give us that next 6-star featured crystal early, because all the champions that are going to be, all the featured champions that are going to be in it are already out. Hulkling was the last one to be in that crystal. So, and Kabam has actually done this before. That's what gave me the idea, because they have done this before. They released the featured 6-star crystal before it was out. They released it in an offer on one of these types of days. So I could see it happening. I really hope it does. This is more of a hope and more of a conspiracy theory than a real prediction, but I'd love to see it, and probably just some more signature stones. Okay, so moving on. Now we have the greater bundles. So, advanced bundle number 6. Before it had a 1-2 rank up gem and something else I don't remember, but I think they'll probably just do a 1-2 rank up gem and then a 2 to 3 rank up gem. This one could maybe be RNG. instead of a generic. Could be like a crystal, but yeah, so I think that one's going to be. And then we get to the 5k unit ones. So these are the bigger ones. Some starts to get a little crazy. So for the first one, I'm thinking we could see like 10. So before Cyber Weekend, it was just 10 of the basic Nexus calves. But like I said, I feel like Kabam might spice it up a bit. Like we saw with the doubloon event, they had specialized cav Nexus crystals. So I think we could see that again. It's some type of theme. Who knows what it could be? But like 10 plus of those, maybe even 20. 10 of one type, maybe 10 of another. Who knows? And then a 6-star class Nexus crystal that you can get here. Another one, hopefully 5 champs, but I doubt it. And then so last Cyber Weekend they had 2 separate offers. One was focused on tier 3 alpha fragments, and one was focused on tier 6 basic fragments with like some other assorted goodies. I think this year they'll probably just put them both into one, and I could see it being anywhere from 50% to a full catalyst. Yeah, it honestly depends. If Kabam gives out the full catalysts in the Odin, I think it'll be less, like more towards 50%. But if they don't give out the full catalyst in the Odin, maybe they only give out like 50%, then I could see it being more here. It all depends. I feel like Kabam, with them, it's sometimes a balancing act of not wanting to give out too much resources, so they need to kind of spread it out. So it really depends on what the spread's going to be. But yeah, I think anywhere in this range, what we can expect. And then for the final one here, before it was 50 generic Sig Stones, and then it was 5 of these +5 selectable Sig Stones, which is cool. I like this offer. I just hope we see it again, but just with more signature stones, anywhere from 50 to 100, and then anywhere from like 5 to 10 of the selectable ones, I think would be really cool. Yeah, it's funny because I was just rewatching my video last year. I remember I picked some Mystic ones for Doom. It's funny because I was just looking at those, because we're gonna be taking Doom up soon, hopefully. And then so we got a couple more bundles. So before we get to the Superior bundle, I created my own bundles down here because it's just some extra stuff I think we could see, and I don't think Kabam's going to keep the exact same format. Like, that'd just be too easy. They're going to throw some kind of curveball, I'm sure, mix it up. So I could see this bundle being anywhere from 1 to 3,000 units, and it could just be, I think there's just going to be like a bundle that has a crap load of 6-star shards. So like 20,000 plus, like just a boatload of 6-star shards, and then like maybe like a tier 5 class catalyst, like a crystal, like the golden crystal. Could see something like that. And then I could see like a bigger bundle, anywhere from 3 to 5k units, and this one will give an awakening gem, because we'll talk about that in a second once we get to the Superior bundle. But yeah, this bundle, I could see it having like an awakening gem, and it could, I don't think it's just going to be like a 6-star awakening gem crystal. I think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be a generic, but I think it's going to be something in between. So what do I mean by that? Well, before we've seen 6-star awakening gem selectors, actually, so you could just choose the class that you wanted. Could maybe see something like that, or maybe a 6-star awakening gem nexus. So like you get 3 options. I think that'd be pretty good. And then just like so yeah, I think awakening gem is going to be in that, and then just something else could be like a regular 6-star nexus, or another 6-star class, or a 6-star dual class nexus, something like that. Some type of nice 6-star crystal. And so the reason why I didn't think the awakening gem is gonna, or the reason why I created this bundle actually, is because I don't think the awakening gem is gonna be in here. And actually, there's probably gonna be a generic 6-star awakening gem. So maybe this will just be generic actually, or maybe hopefully there's multiple awakening gems. But I don't think they're going to put the awakening gem in the Superior bundle, which they did for Cyber Weekend. It was a generic, but they did that because they didn't have a 3 to 4 gem in there. And I really do think that after you spend a ton of units, there's going to be a 3 to 4 rank up gem, because that's what everyone wants. That's the biggest ticket item in the game right now. And I know Command, there's no way they don't. There's no way they don't. So especially after there was one in Act 7, there's no way they're not going to sell one here. So I think this item is essentially guaranteed, the 3 to 4 rank up gem. It could be generic, but I doubt it. But it could be. You never know. Personally, I really don't care if it's generic or not. I kind of like when it's not generic, because then like I get to spin it and it's fun, and then it's like, oh, okay, so I'm gonna do a rank up in this class. I don't know. Personally, I kind of like the class ones more, but you know, I do speaking from my account, I have a lot of options in every class. You know, like, it doesn't really matter what I get. But yeah, I think a 3 to 4 rank up gem is inevitable. And then, so for Cyber Weekend, they had a champion selector for 2020. You can just pick any champion, straight up. All champs released that year, you just pick. I think it's a little bit early to see that for July weekend. Maybe for Cyber Weekend this year, we could see that. I think it's just a little bit premature right now, though. So what I could see them doing is just like a 10 champion 2021 Nexus or something like that. Or it doesn't even have to be 2021. But I think like a big, maybe like an Abyss style Nexus. Could be anything like that, but I think just like a really big Nexus crystal that has a lot of options, at least 10, something cool like that. And I think that'd be really awesome. But if they do that, like I can't see them putting an Awakening Gem in here as well. For 3K units, I just can't see it. Maybe there'll be like another one after that has the Awakening Gem and maybe something else, but I just can't see there being 3 of those big ticket items all for 3,000 units. I just can't see Command doing it personally, so that's why I didn't write it in there. But yeah, guys, that's all of my, just 20 minutes. Sorry, God, I can really ramble on. But yeah, guys, so that is all of my predictions for July 4th. That is upcoming, and I'm really excited for it. I will be buying all of the offers regardless, which if I didn't do YouTube, I would not be doing that. But, you know, the units are going to help me with videos, and I'm going to be able to make more videos and everything that I buy and everything like that. So, you know, for me, it's more of an investment. But yeah, we'll definitely be reviewing the offers when they go live it'll be, I think, July. Hold on, let me double check here. Yeah, it is July 1st. So the offers will be live on July 1st because that is the Friday, the start of the weekend. So we'll be able to see the offers as soon as that. I'll try to stream like when they go live that morning, and it'll be very interesting to compare and see if my guesses were close. I always love doing that to see how close I was. Guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Drop a like if you enjoyed, if you agree, or if you disagree. I'd love to know why. Let me know in the comment section. I love brainstorming and talking about these kinds of stuff. It's kind of sad that, you know, the days that we're so excited for in this game, we've spent a ton of money. But it is what it is. And yeah, we'll be making content, and we'll have a massive, such a fat opening, and then multiple rank 4s coming after the opening. So a lot of good content on its way, guys. The game's been a little bit dry and stale lately, but a lot of big content is on its way. July's going to be a good month, I'm sure. I know it is, because we got the Thor movie coming out too. Champion's probably adjacent to the movie. Oh, so excited. July's going to be so lit. That's going to do it, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you did enjoy it. Subscribe if you'd like some more content. At 100K, we're going to be eating the world's hottest gummy bear. If you want to see me do that on stream, just subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. Peace out.